Good afternoon. My name is Latoya Lane-Milo, and I'm a family nurse practitioner. For those who don't know me, I'm a family nurse practitioner in the outpatient setting in South Carolina. I work in the urgent care. I wanted to make this video today to talk about the COVID vaccine. I do feel like a lot of things are being said about the vaccine that are steering people away from getting the vaccine without people actually researching credible sites to get valid information about the vaccine. So people aren't really making a conscious decision of if they should get the vaccine or not. Now, I'm a healthcare provider, but I am in no way, shape, or form asking anybody or trying to persuade anyone to get the vaccine. That's something that you have to research yourself for that. This video is not for that. This video is just to give you some information from what I've seen as a healthcare provider with patients who've had the vaccine and also my coworkers. Now, I myself have not had the vaccine. I am not going to sit here in front like I'm not one of the people who said I'm not getting that vaccine. I said there's not enough information. I'll wait till they get it over there first. So that's exactly was my attitude. But all of this attitude was based off of just things being shared. I did not do my valid research. I am not a big vaccine person anyway. Even with the flu vaccine, I hesitate. But I have researched for myself and I have elected to go get the COVID vaccine. And later on, when I do get the vaccine, I will document my journey. Now, like I said, what really made me make this video is so many people have questions about the vaccine. Everyone is not against the vaccine. They just don't know anything about it. They don't know enough about it to say, I'm going to go get it. And a lot of people aren't offering that information. A lot of people in high places, they're actually still researching. So they really don't have the time to sit down and put out this information. And also you hear people like politicians telling you to go get the vaccine, and people don't trust politicians. So like I said, as a healthcare provider, I feel like it is my duty to educate. And I'm educating based off of what I've seen, not of what I heard. I am educating off of things that I read as well. All right. So the biggest thing that I've heard about the vaccine, like the biggest controversy that I've heard about the vaccine is, oh my God, it's not FDA approved. So FDA approval, it's a 5-step process. FDA approval can take years. They have preclinical trials, clinical trials. They have a lot of steps to take to do FDA approval. Now, when people hear it's not FDA approved, they're like, okay, well, these drug companies just pushing out something to make money. No, the FDA did review these vaccines. They released the vaccines under emergency use authorization. Basically, the FDA saw that we have a pandemic going on. This is a possible resolution to that pandemic. So they did do basically a rush order. They rushed the process. So they did an emergency use authorization. I'm pretty sure that they're still going through that five-step process, but they went ahead and pushed the vaccine in hopes that it will make a change because COVID-19 was getting out of hand. I mean, and it still is. It's getting out of hand. But honestly, and like I said, this isn't persuasion, but I just want to be real. And the drugs in your drug cabinet, how many of you researched to see if they were FDA approved before you took them? That Zyrtec, that Claritin, that Tylenol, that ibuprofen, that's blood pressure medicine, that cholesterol medicine. How many of you researched if it was FDA approved? The flu shot that you get, the vaccines that we give our children, how many of you researched if it was FDA approved first? That was my thing about the impact of social media. Social media can be very good and it can be very bad. You just have to know where to put it. You have to know what you go to social media for, as far as you can get information from there, but make sure you research for yourself. And when you research, go on credible sites, FDA website, the CDC.gov, the World Health Organization. Those type of websites are those are the websites that you should be looking for information, valid information. Now, okay, so this came from CDC.gov. So as of yesterday, we had 28.5 million cases in the United States of COVID and 511,000 deaths. And this was as of February 27th. Now, in South Carolina, there was 515,000 cases altogether now, and 8,498 deaths since COVID started. That's in South Carolina. So, you hear those numbers, and almost everybody knows of someone who was affected by COVID. Even if you didn't know that person personally, but maybe their family member. COVID has shooken up a lot of families. If you've had a loved one, a brother, sister, mother, father, grandmother, aunt, uncle, cousin, anybody who was, and when I say affected, I mean, you've seen them gasping for air. You've seen them on a ventilator. You've had to bury them. Like, COVID is serious. It is serious. And that was a lot of the drive behind the FDA doing that emergency use authorization, because we need some resolutions. We really do. But I'm just going to talk about some information as far as vaccine. Now, I've actually assisted with this talk at my church, and I've actually done this talk at another church. So I have some frequently asked questions. So that's why you'll see me looking down, because I'm looking at my cards, going back to those questions. I'm going to read the question and I'm going to give you the answer for it. Like I said, this video is to help someone. It may tell you, no, I don't want it. And that's to help you. It's to help you make up your mind. No, I'll pass. Or it's to say, well, let me go research some more and see if this is something that I need to be getting, or if it's something that I should think about more in depth. All right. So what a vaccine does. So this is speaking on all vaccines. So what a vaccine does, it introduce a virus into your body. Now, this is live vaccines. So basically how I can explain this, our bodies are smart. This is, and going through school, I can understand why they say take care of your body, because your body is smart. Your body will, we have so many cells that combat for us. We have cells patrolling our body, making sure there's nothing that's not supposed to be there in there. We have memory cells that if you're exposed to something, when it comes up to you next time, then your body is able to say, okay, I saw you before, like you may be okay. And that's what what the vaccine is doing for you, is actually introducing the virus to your body at a small amount, just so your cells can say next time when it comes up, okay, our body can handle you. So that's exactly what it's doing. Hence, that's why you're having side effects when you get vaccines. That's why you have the fever, the chills. That's why you have basically like all the effects of the virus. Now, there are 3 types of vaccines. So recently there was a new vaccine approved, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So there's Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. Now, Pfizer and Moderna, they're vaccines that require 2 doses. Johnson & Johnson, it only requires 1 dose. So I've had interactions with people who have Pfizer and Moderna. I have not heard different feedback. From both vaccines, I've heard that the same type of side effects. Now, with Pfizer, the effectiveness is 95%, and with Moderna, the effectiveness is 94.1%. Johnson & Johnson, so with Johnson & Johnson, their effectiveness is 66% against moderate disease and is 85% against severe disease. Now, what is moderate versus severe? I do not know. I know what I can say in my head is moderate versus severe, but what Johnson & Johnson says is moderate versus severe, I don't know. The benefit of Johnson & Johnson, though, is that you only have to get one dose, and I really think that's going to be a game changer. They also have different ways of how they store the vaccine. So I really think we're going to hear a lot more about Johnson & Johnson just because of those other benefits. Now, so someone asked a question, what are the side effects? So the most common side effect that I've heard is the injection site pain, where the arm that they get the shot in is very painful for about 3 days. And I've heard that with almost everyone. I think there was maybe one patient said his brother didn't have any side effects at all, like nothing. And this was like an 86-year-old man. But most people said their arm is sore about 3 days and then it just goes away. Some other ones were just the body aches. A lot of people are saying fatigue, fever, chills. I mean, some people just say they don't feel well. I have heard people have more side effects, more severe side effects with the second dose versus the first dose. But that was just feedback from patients. Now, another question is, if I've already had COVID, should I get the vaccine? All right, so my answer is yes. I would always say research for yourself. All of it is going to go back to research for yourself. But my opinion, yes, you do have antibodies when you've been exposed or when you've had the virus, so you do develop antibodies. Some say antibodies last for about 6 months. I couldn't find that documented. Unless someone is going back every month after they had COVID to see how long their antibodies last, then I'm really not sure how they know how long their antibodies last. I would say still get the vaccine, at least wait about 90 days after, but still get the vaccine just to have that extra coverage and extra protection, especially for those around. The main thing that I say about the vaccine is, and why I've elected to get it, is we have to think about the greater good. Even if you feel like you'll be okay with it, even if you feel like you'll be okay with the virus, you have to think about those around you. If you can protect yourself, it's protecting people around you. You have to think about the greater good. That's the only way that we're going to beat this thing. If we think about others, we have to think about ourselves now, but we have to think about others as well. Should I still wear a mask? Yes. My opinion, I don't feel like masks are going anywhere. I don't feel like masks should go anywhere. So this is my opinion on masks. They're not hurting anything other than people being able to see you smile. But unless you have a mask that you can't breathe in, like, I feel like masks should be second nature now. It was a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I may get out at the store and get in the store and realize I forgot my mask. But masks should be second nature to us now. Even the little kids growing up, like, they're not gonna know what it's like not to wear a mask, because we have 2-year-olds wearing masks now. I feel like everyone should wear a mask. If you had COVID in the past, if you know you have antibodies, if you had the vaccine, wear your mask. Just because this year, this flu season, I've seen maybe 2 positive cases of flu as far as me diagnosing them. I've had 2 COVID positive cases, and we are testing for the flu. When we test for COVID, we test for flu as well. So we are testing for the flu, but I really feel like the mask and the hand washing are having an effect on that. And no one really talked about it, but there was a lot of people dying from the flu. Like, a lot of people died from the flu every year. So I think we are combating some other diseases that we aren't even addressing just by wearing the mask. And I think that we've done it so long, I mean, well, not so long, before a year, that it should be second nature to us. When you go in public, wear a mask. Just wear a mask. I think it doesn't hurt anything except for people pride. People don't want you telling them, oh, you have to wear a mask. But other than that, like, it's not hurting anything. Just wear your mask. All right. What happens if I get the virus between doses? Okay, so I have my church member. She actually spoke on this at the talk that we had at church. And she was told that she needs to wait 90 days after her virus to get her second dose. I would encourage you to speak with the facility or the place that you actually got your first dose. Call them. That's another thing. But make sure you call them. But make sure if you do get the vaccine, get a phone number. Don't leave there with a vaccine and no phone number. You need to be able to get in contact with someone if something goes wrong. Because like I said, we are in the trial and error part of this. There's not a lot known about this vaccine. So if you do elect to get the vaccine, make sure before you leave the people that's giving you your vaccine, make sure they give you some type of phone number to where you, even if it's just a COVID hotline, where you can call and talk to them and tell them, okay, X, Y, and Z is happening. I need to know what to do. Do I need to go to my doctor? Do I need to go to the emergency room? You do need someone to be able to call, and make sure, even if they have two numbers, they have a backup number, make sure you know, and especially if you get COVID in between doses, make sure that you let them know that. Okay, are the side effects after the second shot worse? So I think I talked about this a little bit, but just feedback from other people. So the second shot has been given greater side effects. Just my opinion or my theory. It could be the extra boost of the vaccine, because I mean you've had some of it introduced into you at a small amount, and then you're adding more on top of that. So that could be one reason why you're having greater side effects after the second vaccine, after the second dose. After the second dose of the vaccine. But that's not documented. That's just my own theory that I'm thinking about. But I have heard people have like, oh, I don't feel well, I'm tired, I have a fever, things like that. But most people and almost everybody that I've been in contact with, it stops after 3 days. How long would it last? So unfortunately, we don't know this. The vaccine is new, so we can't really say how long it'll last. I'm pretty sure that these companies have put people in place that have the vaccine, and they're documenting and they're researching like how long will they have antibodies. We really won't know until those antibodies run out. So if they still have antibodies, they're just documenting, okay, well, you're still immune until you're not immune anymore. So if it's something that like the flu shot, you'll have to get every year. We don't know yet because it is a new vaccine, but people are working tirelessly to find out information just to help this pandemic. All right, so like I said, this is for informational purposes only, not persuasion. This is just giving you a different outlook on the vaccine. I highly encourage people to go to the CDC website, the World Health Organization website, and FDA website, and find some credible information about the vaccine. If you're still want some information, if you don't know where to get the vaccine, you can always Google and ask, where can I get the vaccine in my area? I know for our area, McLeod Health is actually doing a massive vaccine drive Friday, March the 5th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're giving out 5,000 vaccines. you can actually contact, I'm really not sure who you contact for that. I hate to just call McLeod, but I know if you call McLeod's switchboard, they'll be able to direct you to who you need to talk to sign up for that. But I think it's a great thing. I do think it's a great thing because I feel like the more we get vaccinated, the more protection there is going to be out there. What really drove me to really say that I'm going to get the vaccine is my 80-year-old grandmother. She did get COVID, and I was terrified. I would never tell my family that then, because I didn't want them to get scared. But I was terrified because I just thought that she was not going to beat it. But by the grace of God, she did. And that's the power of prayer. But I just think that we all should search ourselves, think about who we will be helping. As a healthcare provider, I'm thinking about my patients, just because I'm thinking about, if I take it to a patient, because I'm taking care of COVID positive patients. So if I take it from one patient to another one, how devastating that would be. If I bring it home to my family, how devastating that would be. There is like a VAX locator website as well that you can find where you can get the vaccines in your area. Now, at the end of this video, because I haven't had the vaccine, I do have a true testimonial from a person who had the vaccine. They're going to talk about how they felt before the vaccine, maybe some side effects, and also the reason they got it. Like I said, I will document my journey as far as me getting the vaccine and all of the things that happens or doesn't happen with the vaccine. But I just wanted to share this information. I hope it's helpful. Like I said, I'm not persuading anyone to get it. I just wanted to give some information about it, maybe help someone who was considering it and can't get questions answered. Until next time, love y'all.
Hi, I'm Lane-Milo. I'm a frontline worker.
All right, Mrs. Milo, why did you receive the vaccine?
Well, I have some health issues, and my daughter talked with me, encouraging me to have the COVID vaccine done.
All right, and now how did you feel after you received the first dose?
The first dose that I received, I did have a light headache, and my right arm was sore, but that's all the complication I had with that.
Okay, and what about the second one?
The second vaccine I had problems with my arm sore, and I also had chills. The understanding I got, they're saying on the news that if you're having chills, and that lets you know that the vaccine is working.
Okay, and how long did your chills last?
My chills started, I had the vaccine done that Thursday, and it started that Friday morning, and it lasted till that Friday night, and Saturday morning I woke up and everything was good. I didn't have any more problems at all.
Okay, and have you had any problems since the vaccine?
No, I have not.
All right, thank you.